Good morning all. In this video lecture, we are going to discuss the topic design of transformer course. In this subject, design of electrical apparatus from second unit, design of transformers. In transformer, there are two types of construction: core type transformer and shell type transformer. Rectangular cores are preferred. In cores, there are three types: rectangular core, square core, and multi-stepped core are there. This rectangular core is suitable for low voltage application. Square core and stepped core is suitable for high voltage application. So this rectangular core with rectangular coil is used in shell type transformer for low voltage application, and the square core and multi-stepped core is used in high voltage applications, that is in core type transformers. And Another comparison is whether the coil is rectangular coil or circular coil. Actually, the leakage flux will sometimes produce short circuit in the transformer, and due to the short circuit, if occurs in the transformer, that produces the severe mechanical stresses, and hence forces will be produced in the coil. Suppose if coil is made of circular coil, that force produced will be of radial, and it will never deform the shape of the coil. So the coil shape will not be affected if it is a circular coil. But if the coil is of rectangular in nature, then this force due to the high severe mechanical stress will act perpendicular, and so it will deform the coil shape. And so in high voltage and high power application, we will be preferring the circular coil. And another comparison is with respect to square core and stepped core. In a square core, the diameter of the circumscribing circle will be more as compared to the diameter of circumscribing circle of the stepped core, and hence if the diameter is more in a core, the mean length of the turn will be more, so that the amount of copper will be more in square core transformer. But in a stepped core transformer, since the circumscribing circle diameter is going to be reduced, and hence the length of mean turn of the coil will be reduced, and so the amount of copper utilized in the copper winding will be reduced, and hence the proportionally the copper losses will also be reduced. So the stepped core will be more advantageous as compared to the square core. And only the drawback in the stepped core construction is different shapes of lamination, different size and shape of lamination is used to be made, and so the manufacturing and hence the labor cost will be more for designing different shape and size of the transformer core. And also assembling of different types of lamination is also a little difficult. So this is the comparison between different types of transformer core and different types of transformer coils. And next we are going to design a square core, and this is the square core, and the coil will be wound around this circumscribing circle, and this D is the diameter of the circumscribing circle, as well as it is the diagonal of the square. And so we are defining this diameter of the circumscribing circle. D is equal to square root of a square plus a square. These two are equal in size, being it is a square core, so it is square root of 2 into a. And so we are calculating, we are writing a in terms of d, that is side of the square, in terms of the diameter of the circumscribing circle as d by square root of 2. And then we are defining gross core area and net core area. Gross core area, wherein actually the transformer core will be made of laminated sheet steels, and this lamination includes the insulation material also. This gross core area, that includes the insulation area also, but the net core area that will exclude the area of insulation thickness. Okay. And so gross core area, simply we are defining the area of the square because it is a square core. So it will be simply a square. A in terms of d is d by square root of 2. So it is 0.5 d square is the gross core area of a square core. And net core area, we are excluding the lamination, and so a stacking factor is assumed over here. This is 0.9 in a transformer. So on substituting this, we are getting 0.45 d square as the net core area of the transformer. And this d is the diameter of the circumscribing circle. So the circle area of the circumscribing circle is pi r square, or is d by 2. So it is pi into d by 2 the whole square. So area of the circumscribing circle is pi d square by 4. And we are going to define three factors. One is the ratio between net core area and area of the circumscribing circle. So that is 0.45 d square by pi d square by 4. So we are getting 0.58. And another ratio between gross core area and area of the circumscribing circle. So it is gross core area is 0.5 d square. So we are getting 0.64 as the value. And core area factor as net core area divided by square of diameter of circumscribing circle, square of diameter of circumscribing circle. So it is ai by d square. Ai net core area is 0.45 d square, so we will be getting 0.45. So three values we have calculated here. One is with the ratio between net core area and area of the circumscribing circle 0.58, and another one between gross core area and area of circumscribing circle as 0.64, and core area factor Kc as 0.45. And the same procedure we are going to repeat for a two-stepped core construction, or this two-stepped core construction will also be called as cruciform core. There two laminations are two sizes of the cores are there. So this length is defined as B and this length is defined as A. So here again this longer length is A and this smaller one is B. We are going to calculate the area of the core. Okay, gross core area and net core area we are going to calculate. So in this core, the area of this particular core is A into B, and the remaining section, this length and this length will be A minus B. So A minus B by 2 will be this length, and A minus B by 2 will be this length. Okay. So this section are equal with two sides. One side as B. So this side is B, and this side is A minus B by 2. So these two sections area will be A minus B by 2. 2 times of A minus B by 2. And this core section area will be A into B. And another one, we are going to express the in terms of cos theta and sin theta. So from this triangle we can write cos theta as adjacent side. This side is A, so A by D, and sin theta is B by A. Okay. So based on this concept, we will be defining, we will be deriving gross core area and net core area. So cos theta is A by D, sin theta is B by D. Okay, sin theta is B by D. So we are writing A is equal to D cos theta and B is equal to D sin theta. We are writing both the dimensions of the lamination in terms of diameter of the circumscribing circle. So A is D cos theta, B is D sin theta. So area of the gross core area is one section is A into B, another section is A minus B by 2 into B, and another section is also A minus B by 2 into B. So you can write that AB plus 2 times of A minus B by 2 into B. So that we are reducing this equation. So here it will be 2 and 2 will get cancelled. So it will be AB minus B square. So AB plus AB minus B square, 2AB minus B square. So now we are going to substitute for A and B in terms of D. So A is D cos theta and B is D sin theta. So we are substituting, and then we are reducing the equation to get AGI. So now we are getting the gross core area. I represents iron. Okay, so that is gross iron area or gross core area. So that is equal to finally D square sin 2 theta minus B square sin square theta. So now we are going to get a maximum value of theta, for which we will be getting the maximum value of 4 sections. Okay, 4 dimensions we are going to get. So to get that from this gross core area, this equation is going to be differentiated with respect to theta, and then we will be equating it to 0. This theta is the variable here. So that is going to be differentiated with respect to theta. So differentiating this sin 2 theta will be cos 2 theta, and this 2 sin square theta will be 2 sin theta cos theta, and then we are differentiating. So you will be getting and then we have to equate it to 0. So here it is d square cos 2 theta into 2. So on differentiating this will be sin 2 into sin 2 theta. So it is sin 2 theta will be 2 into cos 2 theta. and this sin square theta will be 2 sin theta cos theta. So then we are equating this equation to 0. So we are getting this 2 d square 2 into sin theta cos theta is equal to d square cos 2 theta into 2. So this 2 and 2 will get cancelled. So it will be d square sin 2 theta will be equal to this thing. So actually it is sin theta cos theta is sin 2 theta by 2. So that this 2 will get cancelled. So it is cos 2 theta. So sin 2 theta by cos 2 theta will be this d square and d square will be get cancelled from both sides of the equation. It will be 2. So it is tan 2 theta. So 2 theta will be tan inverse of 2, or theta will be this tan inverse of 2 divided by 2. So it is half into tan inverse of 2. The value will be 31.72 degree. So when theta is equal to 31.72 degree, the dimension of cores, that is A and B of the core dimension, will give maximum area for a specified value of D in the core. Okay. So that we have achieved from this equation gross core area of this stepped core, 2 stepped core. So then we have to substitute this theta value to get the values of core dimensions A and B. So that 31.72 we are substituting here, and we are getting the value of A and B. So now gross core section gross core area, the equation is 2ab minus b square. So wherein we are substituting ab in terms of d here, and we are getting the value as 0.618 d square. And then we have to calculate the net core area. Net core area, we have to consider the stacking factor. So 0.9 times of this value is the net core area. So it is 0.56 d square. Then we will calculate three factors. One is the ratio between net core area and area of the circumscribing circle, and another one is gross core area to area of circumscribing circle, and third factor is the core area factor. So that is the ratio between net core area and square of diameter of the circumscribing circle. So we are substituting different values, that is for gross core area and net core area, as net core area is 0.56 d square, gross core area is 0.618 d square, and the area of circumscribing circle is pi d square by 4. So we are getting this value, and this core area factor, this particular value. Then we are tabulating all the values, that is the value of gross core area to area of circumscribing circle, and net core area to area of circumscribing circle, and core area factor. So these three values for square core and cruciform core we have calculated. So we can make a comparison. See here in the cruciform core, this gross core area and the net core area is getting on increasing for the same value of D. So that is the important thing. So for the same value of D, this multi-stepped core is giving more gross core area and net core area. Okay. So the core utilization factor is getting on improving if multi-stepping is done. So for two-stepped core or cruciform core, the values are increasing with respect to the square core. If you increase the number of stepping, like 3-stepped or 4-stepping, the value will be further getting on increasing. So that the core utilization factor will be more with the multi-stepped core construction of the transformer. So these are about the construction of core of a transformer. So here in this lecture we have discussed for square core and two-stepped core or two-stepped core or cruciform core construction, and then we have made a comparison between the different types of core construction, and we have concluded that as the number of stepping is increased in a transformer core, the core utilization will be increasing. That will increases the mean turn length of the coil, and that will reduces the amount of copper utilized in the construction of the transformer, as well as it will reduces the copper loss in the transformer. Thank you for listening.